Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, you know what I'm talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, very special. So we're going to let that play in my background. I just listened to the last video. I had music on, and the music was a little bit louder than I thought it was because I'm using a cell phone. And, oh, by the way, I have this app. We're going to talk about that app in a minute, okay? It's called X Recorder. X Recorder. It's an APK. So, X Recorder app. But what I did is I put an X Recorder mod app. We'll talk about that later in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk about this right here. EeON'S. The FBI created this, pay attention, understand the word entrapment. They've made these rules, not laws, rules that say, well, it's not entrapment if you do this, if you do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention. If I have a rat in my house, okay, I ain't got no rats in my house, but if I had a rat in my house and I want to catch it, what do? Do I not lay a trap and add some bait? It's called entrapment, people. All right. They created this site. These individuals went on there and they started talking. It shows how bright they are. And remember, they had to release so many people from prison. Now they needed to bring them back in. Shh. Okay. Shh. Don't tell nobody. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the FBI ensnares, traps alleged criminals as police make blah, blah, blah arrests from the United States to Australia. Oh, and get this. They put inside the terms and conditions of the website that they had the right to record them and had the right to use that information in a criminal investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why whenever I do my address, wherever it says apartment, my address has the word void. Okay, because I don't agree to junk like that. You send me an email, you're going to get an email back talking about, hey, this is a disclaimer. You want a contract? Well, let's contract. Here are the new terms and conditions. Now, if you don't want a contract, if you don't want to play games with me, then you need to move on about your business. But don't sit up here and add no little clause in an email, because I'm not reading every single email somebody sends me. I receive over 10,000 emails a month. There is no way in the world I'm going to sit up here and read through all those stupid, excuse me, they're not all stupid. Some of them are from some of you. Okay, there's no way in the world I'm going to read through all those emails. So that's why everybody in my organization, and I've even told you people, don't let them do this to you. When you fill in your address and there's room for an apartment, you put in parentheses if you need to, void, opt out. See, this is called Netflix. It's the Netflix app. And what this is, it's the mod app. So we're going to talk about that later. Okay, you just going to have to do a search in Google. Whatever app you need for your phone, just do a search in Google, put the name of the app, put mod, M-O-D, mod like Mary, Oliver, David, mod, APK. Just that simple. And if it's a Apple app, you do the same thing with that and just put mod. It means modified. But you got to be careful. A lot of sites have viruses. So you got to have a virus scanner. Do the same thing with that. Mod. Get the virus scanner. Not trying to tell you how to get over on a company. What I'm trying to let you know is, and I promise you, I guarantee you with all my heart, I'm tired of the advertisement, tired of everybody trying to make money off of people. And you can't get a free app because all the free apps, you know what you're paying for? Advertisement. God. And if you want to know how to stop all of those advertisement videos from popping up all over the place, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube it. Just say how to stop advertising on Android. And I promise you, follow the steps. I did it today and I haven't been hit by all the ads. Man, I was being hit by ads 24 hours a day. And with YouTube, I use, PureTube. Okay, PureTuber. And by using PureTuber, no ads. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is old honey. This is my, y'all know who this is? Oh, honey. Come on, Dell buddies. Come on now. The delegations. That's my Dell buddies, y'all. Delis. Okay, delegation. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I just took the time and downloaded a new screensaver. This, not screensaver, but wallpaper backdrop, because I want y'all, see, that thing says 93 degrees. Y'all ain't 93 degrees. That, because I got the location on and everything, it just, this particular weather software doesn't work all that great, so I have to fix it later. It ain't no 93 degrees, but it was 93 degrees. But it ain't no 93 degrees now, okay, because I'm kicking it laying up. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to talk to you for a second. I definitely wanted to talk to you. I've been wanting to talk to you for over a week and a half about that FBI thing, how they entrapped those individuals. Those individuals were unsuspecting. Now, were they involved in committing criminal activity? For the most part, no, because that little website that they created was the same as all these other sites. You guys are, I'm going over to this site, I'm going over to that site. Why would you go over there just because somebody said the site is safe? Look, ladies and gentlemen, I don't hide emails. I don't hide anything. They want to come after me because of an email? Come on, bring it on. Because I'm not going to do anything criminal. I'm not going to talk about criminal activity. That's why they couldn't make anything stick the last time. I even told them about my CPN number. I gave them the ID, gave them the other social security card. Nothing. Not a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I wrote money orders in that case too. All these people wanting to come after you for fraud. I told you, I've written these money orders in court. Ain't nobody come after me talking about no fraud because I dared them. I'm not joking. I dared the court to come after me for fraud. By all means, I said, let us have that hearing. Let us have that jury trial. And then I will show them what the Treasury has to say about money. And I will show them what the law says about debt. We gonna flip the script here. You know what? It ain't gonna let me do landscape because I just turned the phone to the side and the phone didn't flip. Wait, hold on. Nope, didn't flip. We got problems, mama. I don't know what to do. Okay, I could do it landscape or I could do it portrait doing the video, but we ain't gonna do all that. The other phone is on pause and everything. So we're gonna let the delegation play in the background while I talk to you for a second. I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today. I'm not going to explain his situation because it's not the greatest situation in the world. I got to remember where my hand is on the phone because I don't want to cover the microphone, because I want you guys to hear delegation, because they were saying, I was going down, you saved me. When you let me in your loving heart. Hey. That's delegation, y'all. I'm sorry. If you've ever listened to my videos, you will know one thing about this song and me. I didn't know who sang it when I was a kid, but I promise you, this song has always had that feel to it because it's the same beat. If you guys have not paid attention, hello, my name is Larry, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's the same beat. Okay? It's the same beat. It's just their harmonizing makes this song. I don't even know which one came out first. Okay? I don't know which one. You guys know the song what I'm talking about? And I'm a Libra. And my name is, I forgot, I can't even think of all the names because I'm listening to the words of this song, so I can't even think of all the names of the song, but you guys know the song I'm talking about. Okay? And I like to do this, and I like to do that, blah, blah, blah. It's the same beat. But the way this song was done, when you listen to it, you're listening to a different song. Even though it's the same beat, the words are nowhere near close. Okay? And I like all the women of the world. And girl, if you come with me, that's the song. Okay. Anyway, can't think of the name of the song. And that's my fault. Later tonight, I'll have it. All right. Let me get back to the conversation with the young man. He was talking to me about wanting to be a part of SATCOM. And we've had several people ask, could they be a part of SATCOM? Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to do another round of bringing people in. Because as you all have experienced, we need more people. The only problem is most of the training would have to be done by me, and I just didn't have the type of time to train people. I'm almost to the point to where I will have that type of time. Let me show you guys something. Let's see. I have to go this way. Get out of here, Google. No, that's live wallpaper. I just downloaded that. Sorry. I have muscular dystrophy, and now my muscles in my hand that's grabbing the phone, they are having a little spasmodic moment. So that's why I was pausing right there. And it don't hurt or nothing. It's just when it does that, yeah, we can go to YouTube. That's the X record. Wait, hold on. Let me show you guys. Where you at? Okay, this is the X recorder that I'm using. It's also uploading a video. Okay, I was going to get one from the Play Store, but the Play Store, that was weak. Let me get rid of those people. And that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Whew. Get rid of all of them. But anyway, it's uploading the video. See, and I didn't mean to do that. This is this video. I don't want to upload this video right now. I want to go back to YouTube. Yeah, let's go to YouTube. All right. Now we're going to go to YouTube. What I want you guys to see, because some people need to understand this. These are some of the shows that I've been watching. The Shy, yeah, it's gotten really weak this season. It's gotten really dry ever since they got rid of Homeboy. You know, Homeboy that, was yelling at people on planes and said that he was touching this person, that person. Yeah, they got rid of him. And the show, man, he made the show, and now the show ain't made no more. And then they got rid of Reggie. Oh, man, they should have kept Reggie, but they got rid of Reggie, and they got rid of two people the same season, and that was it. The show dead. All right. Follow me, ladies and gentlemen. P as in Paul, V as in Victor, C. PVC. And now we're going to go SOLA, solar, and holder. It says solar cover holder. This is what I want you guys to see right here. This video right here. Okay, you see those little solar things that the young man had right there? Let's do that. There we go. That's what I've been looking for. Now, I had to turn my phone to the side, and I know some of y'all got to turn your phone to the side. I don't have my ad blockers on here just yet. This is a different phone, so y'all just going to have to excuse me.
All right, so I made a bunch of these little...
All right, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm creating for my solar panels. Not as small as that, because my solar panels are a lot wider than that, okay? These are 240 watt panels, so they are a lot wider than that. So I had to go pay for that. Now look, originally I bought the metal brackets and didn't have enough for the stands, because that junk is expensive. It's almost $400 for the brackets and everything for all 10 panels. And then I had to put it together, and there are no instructions. Oh no, I send that junk back. I saw one of these videos right here. Look, PVC. All kind of things people doing with PVC. Okay, but for solar, it's working. All right, so I needed to figure out how to stand up the solar panels, and that's how we did it. Okay, so that's just me letting you know that this man, he's putting together some stuff. He ain't just sitting around twiddling thumbs and folding his hands. See, the problem is it said cover. Okay, take cover. Okay, we don't need no covers, because I'm sleeping. I'm on top of the covers right now because I'm laying down. There it is right there. This is the one. Okay, see that right there? That's what I'm doing. This exact one. This is my inspiration. Okay, see that right there? Do you see how he did that? Got a little 1-inch pipe going through the top. Okay, hold on. We don't need you to talk. You be quiet. Okay, see that right there? And it's got the little stabilizing bar in the middle. Okay, and it's got the T's. Those are T's in the middle right there. And then at the bottom, they got the little 90-degree U's. I call them U's, but they say they ain't U's. They T's. They not T's. The T's are at the top, and on the side say those are T's. But then, oh, you teasing me. Anyway, and then they got the L's that brings it together at the bottom. Okay, that's what I'm doing. And my solar panels is just a little bit wider than his. Okay, mine are 38 inches across. Okay, 36 inches is 3 feet, right? So it's 3 feet across, people. All right. So, whew, let me tell you something. Those things are 50 pounds each. That junk is heavy. And so I might put some on the roof. I haven't figured it out yet. Okay. So this is me just letting you know. And oh, by the way, I could get some solar panels that are almost 500 watts, twice the amount of wattage that I have here, but they would be almost $300 a panel, which is not bad. Okay. Because when I say almost $300 a panel because of shipping, okay, right now my panels are $100 a panel, and that includes shipping. And $300 a panel going from 100 to 300, it'll be twice the amount of wattage. Okay, so yeah, but they're called bifacial panels. And if you haven't known anything about bifacials, that's how you get bifacials. Now we're going to go back. I'm going to minimize this, and we're going to go back to talking about the young man that I mentioned to you guys earlier. Okay. My screen has turned to the side, but I don't know if the video is going to turn to the side. But we're going to talk about the young man that I was talking to, our conversation. We're not going to talk about the young man. We're going to talk about the conversation. He and I were having a conversation about wanting to be a part of SATCOM. I don't have a problem. I was already considering that. After speaking to him twice, I had already was getting ready to ask that. I just told him I wasn't ready to bring anybody on right now. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all hold on to me. Hold on a minute, because it's silly of me, y'all. And I know y'all understand how silly I could be. And we ain't even gonna talk about taking miracles, okay? Y'all know the song, don't y'all? Come on, break it on down, Stephanie and Denise and Mills and Williams. Come on, Denise, let them know what's going on. You know, I don't even think I have Stephanie on here. She's saying she's silly, y'all. She ain't that silly. Y'all know she ain't that silly. This my girl. Listen to that voice, y'all. That's my girl. Okay. All right. See you in a minute, Denise. And you tell the nephew I'll be talking to him too. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, in that conversation, he expressed some things, and I told him that I'm a logical person. Everything is logic. If it doesn't make logic, it doesn't make sense. I've been saying that since I was 15. That's my phrase. All right. It was ever since I was watching Star Trek, and I heard Mr. Spock talking about using logic. And then I went and I looked up the word logic. And I went and I looked up other issues dealing with logic. And I realized everything is logical. Anything that's illogical is not worth relying on, believing in. So everything I do, everything I believe is solely based on logic. And I know there'll be some people who will try to figure out a way to try to challenge that, but you can't. Because if something is illogical, it's unbelievable. Okay, let me give you a couple of illogical things that people believe. You see, it would be illogical for anyone to believe that they claim that the airports were full on September 11th, that it was Monday morning and these individuals were businessmen. Okay, remember there was a stock issue going on. The market had just gone down 1,500 points the week before. So this was supposed to be a very hectic week. So those planes were going to be full. But here's the problem. I just want you guys to hold on to this. No video. It took 3 years before they showed a video of anybody going through an airport. And I told you, I worked at an airport. I was there when Ronald Reagan made the law. It was from that stupid hostage crisis in Iran that they made it the law that every airport was to have cameras. You remember, that's how he got into office. I worked at the LAX. I worked for an airline called Piedmont Airline. I was a ramp agent. Okay, breathing in jet fuel all day and all night. Okay, I love the job. And if I'd stayed there, man, I'd be running things. Okay, but it wasn't in the script. But I knew that the airport had cameras. I knew about the security of the airport because I had to go through the security. I couldn't just walk where I wanted to walk. I had to be wearing my ID at the time. So how did these individuals, and that was, pay attention, 1985 that I worked at Piedmont Airline. Piedmont was out of North Carolina. They ended up merging with U.S. Airline and so forth. So Piedmont's no more. But ladies and gentlemen, we have almost 30 years later, 85, 95, nope. Almost 20 years later, almost 20 years, not 30 years. Almost 20 years later, we have a bunch of men, 15, according to these idiots, going through the airport with box cutters, and we don't have any video of them going through the airport. Yeah, they show a video of only one of them, but there's nobody around them. So we have no idea if that's the original footage or if it's been doctored or altered because nobody ever questioned it. That didn't make any sense, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't make logic. It doesn't make sense. That didn't make any sense. And yet they said that these men took the, planes and drove them right into buildings. Okay. All right, fine. That's fine. They crashed them in the buildings. No problem. Okay. Then what happened to the F-16s? I told you, I was watching the news that day, live, where they said the Air Force has sent 2 F-16s to intercept that plane that was headed to Washington, D.C. Now remember, they have a missile defense system. They have a missile defense system at the Pentagon. Shh, it's supposed to be a secret. Then how do I know about it? And how does the news know about it? How do the reporters know about it? But when you take a look at what they said hit the Pentagon, I can only tell you, doesn't it look like a missile? So could they have turned that missile, pay attention, on their own building? Because that hole definitely wasn't big enough for a plane to fit through. But ladies and gentlemen, I knew this without listening to talk shows and TV shows and individuals saying it's impossible. It's just impossible. Okay. I knew better. And then for Donald Rumsfeld to say that the paperwork regarding the conversation, now I want you to know, the conversation he said the night before that they could not account for $2.4 trillion and an investigation was underway. And then all of a sudden, the very place that got hit at the Pentagon was the very room where those files had been transferred, and they only had one set of files, and they transferred them all there. Lord, have mercy. Somebody's lying, is what I said, because that didn't make any sense. And then, they were doing an investigation at the World Trade Center, and it was being taken down because of too much asbestos. And next thing you know, the building falls down and does a free fall, 7 seconds. Go back and watch. 7 seconds. 7 seconds is free fall. If it had collapsed due to the weight of the top floors, please understand that building, when it was designed, I knew better. Because remember, I live in California. I know about buildings because of how they think about earthquakes. So that's why California made all of their major buildings go through a retrofitting. Okay, they made it mandatory in this state. So when anybody who knows you, the first thing I look at a building when I'm looking to buy, and I used to do apartments and things like that, and I used to go and look at buildings, the first thing I look for is cracks. People say, well, buildings settle. No, I don't want to hear nothing about no settling. You don't have 3 inches and tell me that's settling with the foundation. That's not settling. That's a problem that you're going to be paying for a while. Okay, so when a building does a free fall because a plane crashed into it, that don't make no sense. They're skyscrapers. They prepared. They're designed to be hit by planes. They're designed to be hit by anything as big as pay attention, a 747. That's New York. Those are skyscrapers. Shh, don't tell nobody. See, that's my logic. Then when it comes to religion, I got a bunch of idiots out there saying that as a Jehovah's Witness, I've been brainwashed. Ladies and gentlemen, out of all the people on this planet, this is the one man whom you will never brainwash, whom you will never talk into doing anything. You see, I don't believe because the crowd believes. I don't follow the crowd. I've never followed the crowd. Go ahead and ask anybody who knows me, who grew up with me, who was in school with me. They will tell you that when everybody else was doing something, I would walk away. When everybody else was going in one direction, I would go in the other. I bought a Sega Genesis because everybody else was buying Nintendo. I do just the opposite of what the crowd does. No. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. All of my friends had Nintendo 60. No, it wasn't even a 64. What was it? Nintendo, whatever it was at that time. I went and bought a Sega. It was called a Sega. Was it a Master System? The original Sega. Sega! Okay. I had a Sega. Fantasy Star and all that. I had a Sega. I went and specifically bought a Sega because I didn't want to be like everybody else. As I tell everybody, I've never closed that up. I've never believed in anything that wasn't in Scripture. Why? Because my father took the time to show me what the Scripture said. Now, I want you to understand the difference. My father didn't tell me what the Scripture said. Please. Because he knew I wouldn't listen. My father knew I was a show and tell, just a game we play. Okay? My father knew I had to see. Well, belief is not about seeing. It's about faith. No, belief is about seeing. What does Paul say? That there's evident demonstrations of reality? That God exists? We can see it in creation. We can see it in design. We can see it in nature, of course. Evident demonstrations of reality. We can see it visibly. So no, I don't need to believe in something I can't see. I have proof in what I believe. Now, is this going to go that direction? No. I just want to say that, as I told him, I don't believe in anything that I can't prove. Okay, so the other video I just did, Oz was right. Ladies and gentlemen, I kept telling everybody from the very beginning, when we started SATCOM, the Securities Acquisition Trust Commission, the Security Investment Trust Commission, SATCOM and SITCOM. Look at the names. Ladies and gentlemen, when we created that, I told you what I was getting ready to do. We were getting ready to back up each one of your SAT packs with credits. Now, I didn't explain it as tax credits back then. Okay? But I had already told the team, already told the staff when we created our trust agreement about the, pay attention, there's a trust agreement. We already told you about that. We were going to incorporate you into the trust. Shh. Nothing has changed. Well, it's been 3 years. It's been 5 years. These are securities. Securities mature. You've been reading about the Treasury and the maturity date of their securities. Ladies and gentlemen, it has not been 4 years. It has not been 5 years. It has not been 10 years. It has been time enough for these things to mature. And when we do the assignment, when I do the assignment, that's why we're going to be bringing on more people, because I can't do it by myself. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't. Look, 126 degree temperature, 18 minutes, brain dead, all of that wonderful stuff. Clinically dead for 18 minutes, high temperature, coma 6 months, all of that wonderful stuff. Please understand, I can't do it all. Sorry, I don't have the energy. And in COVID, being struck with that junk twice, during a time when they say it was impossible to get COVID twice. Okay, that was me. I don't have the energy for it. And then I also had to put up solar panels and do this property. Ladies and gentlemen, it's too much. So we're going to be bringing on some people. Do not contact SATCOM. I will let you guys know. You don't have to contact them. I will advertise it because I'm in charge of that. So I'll advertise it. I will let you know. You will find out. It'll be real clear, crystal. We're looking for trustworthy people. I know everybody and their grandmother thinks they're trustworthy until they're not. We're not looking for scholars. We're looking for people who are going to do the work. The base is $50 tax credits plus the payments for, we'll explain everything. The payments for the work that's done. That's the credits, and everybody's subcontractors. Nobody's employees. Sorry. Everything is subcontractor. It is necessary so that we can work out the tax credits the way we work them out. Well, you can do it if you made them employees. No, we can't. Okay, made them employees. Now there's workman's comp, there's healthcare, and all that other stuff that comes into play that will eat up the tax credits. Not trying to eat up the tax credits. Okay, I'm trying to be able to give people the tax credits. Working on that, including for the people who are not here anymore. Now, there were some people who are not getting a dime. Sorry, they really did mess up. Oh, God, we had 2 instances where individuals literally tried to form a coup. Wanted to take over the company like that Ron West Juice guy did. They want to do the same exact thing because they come on and they see my vision and now they want to add to it, remodel it. This is the house that Jack built. My name is Jack. Ain't nobody coming into my house remodeling. Okay, we going to stick to the floor plan and we going to do what we came to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, our conversation ended up like this when I was explaining to him how I'm completely logical. I asked this question. I said, I can prove to you that everything is based on logic and people don't use logic. I can prove to you that everybody and their grandmother believe what they're told as opposed to doing the research themselves. He says, okay. I said, there are tons of people out there who believe that Jesus is God. I know a lot of people can get mad because I say this, and that's okay with me. But there are tons of people who believe that Jesus is God. Okay, well, let's just suppose, let's presuppose before time that Jesus and God are the same person. Okay, well, even a 5-year-old knows that Jesus came to the earth, was a baby. Baby Jesus. Okay, was a baby, right? Okay, can somebody tell me, because the book of Luke says he continued in subjection to his parents. How could God ever be in subjection to anyone? And then at the day right after he got baptized, he's led into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights to be tempted by the devil. How could anybody tempt God? And it says that Satan offered him all the kingdoms of the earth and their glory. How could Satan tempt God? What could he offer him? Lord, have mercy. He created everything. What could he offer him? No, it doesn't matter how you explain it, because whatever you explain, that's not in scripture. Even this thing about him being God from the beginning. Well, there's John 1:1. You can hold on to John 1:1 all you want. You can even hold on to 1 John 5:7 and 8. Go ahead, knock yourselves out. Hold on to those things. John 1:1 doesn't account for the Holy Spirit. Hold on. And John 5:7 and 8, it's only in 4 manuscripts. But we have over 54 manuscripts. So what's the problem? We know that King James and others have added to the Bible. Well, Jehovah's Witnesses added to the... Really? They did? Okay, that's fine. This ain't got nothing to do with Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm talking about what the scriptures originally said. Originally. Not what they say now. What they originally said. Well, how do we know what they originally said? Nobody speaks it. You can do that all you want. We know what the scriptures originally said. Because, follow me, since nobody speaks ancient Hebrew, Jesus quoted the Hebrew scriptures. Paul quoted the Hebrew scriptures. Peter quoted the Hebrew scriptures. Mark quoted the Hebrew scriptures. John quoted the Hebrew scriptures. Do you see what I'm saying? Jude quoted the Hebrew scriptures. Look at that Jude, and his book is only about 20 some scriptures long. He quoted the Hebrew scriptures. James, the half-brother of Jesus, quoted the Hebrew scriptures. Quoted. That's how we know the accuracy. See, that's what the Bible does. It quotes itself. Why? Wouldn't it be logical? Wouldn't the person who put that group of people over 1,500 years to compose that, would he not have made arrangements to account for individuals changing the wording? Like I said, logical, everyone. If it doesn't make logic, it doesn't make sense. God cannot die, yet Jesus died. There is no explanation. He was dead for 3 days, which means death is the opposite of life. Means he was not alive for 3 days. Impossible, because God is from eternity to eternity. He is the everlasting God, the eternal God, the Almighty. But yet the scriptures refer to Jesus as being the mighty, not almighty. Go ahead. You know it. Isaiah says that he's the mighty God. Sorry, it doesn't add up. Oh, that's right. There's this book called The Two Babylons. I've never read it, but I do know it talks about Nimrod and the Trinity and him being three in one person, a hunter and a king and a warrior. Ain't that interesting, huh? And his mother, the picture of baby Jesus, is the picture of Nimrod's mother holding him. The two of them having an ancestral relationship. And the cross comes from that Babylon with Nimrod. But hey, people believe in what they want to believe. Yes, I know people got attitudes because they're so stuck on what they believe. They've been taught this stuff only verbally, or it's been regurgitated year after year after year, regurgitated into their ear after ear after ear. They sit there and they listen to it, and they're so convinced that they're right. Why? Because they've taken a couple of scriptures to conform to their belief. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I've never told anybody what I believe. I'll only tell you what I don't believe. Why? Because it doesn't make logic. It don't make no sense. Why would I believe in something that doesn't add up? Well, you believe in God. You better believe I do. I mean, even the scripture says all of you are gods. Speaking of man. Now, when it says all of you are gods, he's not speaking of women. Why? Because when that phrase was made, it was talking about man because they're created in God's image and they were given dominion over animals, over all life on the planet. Genesis, the first chapter, verse 26 through 28, the first trust agreement. Okay? You see, that's what I do. As one of Jehovah's Witnesses, this is what we do. We study the scriptures. That was our conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I am logical. I don't bring this into SATCOM. SATCOM, we're not allowed to talk about anything referencing the Bible in our meetings. Oh, you know what? This is genuine, but I know this song is messed up and I don't know why. Uh-oh. Hey, Duke. Y'all know Duke, don't y'all? Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Duke Ellington. And I told you I'm a music connoisseur. Okay? And that's my cell phone when I'm driving. I apologize. This is my radio for my car. Okay? My radio for my car is a cell phone. I plug it in, and that's what I listen to. Because I can put more stuff on this MP3, which is an SD card that's 128 gigabytes. I got 328 gigabytes off of Amazon, and I put it in all three phones. Well, my phablet, I can't put it in that because the capacity for the phablet, because of the size of the phablet, they don't do a larger capacity because it would overheat. So they do the smaller capacity. So that one takes a 64 gigabyte. But anyway, I put music so that I can listen to what I want to listen to, because the road leading up here, it's about 30 minutes of no signal whatsoever. I mean, you'd really be hard-pressed to get a signal because of the remoteness of the drive up here. So I do my music. I don't want to worry about the radio stations going in and out. So I have Duke Ellington and Genuine and Ursher and Monica and all of those wonderful people. They keep me company. But I also have the ability of listening to a bunch of the public talks given by Jehovah's Witnesses. That's also what I do on my way up here and way down. Now, I know you didn't expect this type of information, but some of you appreciate it. You're tired of hearing about all of the so-called remedies for this or that. Look, everyone, we're running out of time. You've heard me say that before. The first time, I was letting you know we were running out of time because my freedoms were going to be taken away. And I wasn't going to be able to help you guys. Then when it happened, I told you guys, I said, hey, this won't last much longer. This will be over shortly. 22 months is not a long time. However, many people didn't pay attention to me. And then a lot of people talked about me. A lot of people took that time to speak abusively of me. You know, call me all kind of names. There was this one whole prostitute, cunt, whatever she is, sitting up there even doing videos about me as if she was right. They actually took the information that they read online and believed it. Do you know that the officer who testified said that he got information from the internet. Their whole case was the internet. Now, hold on. Just so you guys will know what went on, because many of you guys don't know. Some of you listen to these idiots. They took the entire YouTube channel videos, including the other videos on the EEON 2, or is it the EEON 1? I forgot the name of the other one. I'll be using that one from now on. I literally will be using that one with the cell phone. So one of my cell phones will be dedicated to that, because this particular program that's allowing me to record this is perfect for that. Okay? So I'll be using that one for that channel, going over a couple of things, because I wrote this, I like it, explaining about how they literally have been giving this educational information purposely to go through generation after generation after generation to explain exactly where we are now, talking about, and it literally talks about the AI system that's running everything. See, we are already in an age of Skynet, because everything they're doing, all the false flags, all of that is an algorithm, a computer algorithm that's literally programmed to put things in motion. And they've worked out their contingencies for how they're going to do it. If you don't believe me, just go ahead. Notice how even the cell phone is an algorithm. It's an AI system. Everything is AI, artificial intelligence. Have you guys ever heard of the ghost in the machine? This is going to be the end of this conversation. If you ever heard of the ghost in the machine, there is a ghost in the machine. Just like the guy and I were talking, there are a lot of people who claim to have seen UFOs. Shh, pay attention. This is important. There are a lot of people who claim to have seen UFOs. They claim to have witnessed a UFO, even creatures. There are some who claim to have been abducted. Yeah, okay, I can't do much about that one. But again, if it doesn't make logic, it doesn't make sense. So I tell you that the UFOs that they have seen exist, that they did see what they say they saw. What are you talking about, Willis? Oh, God, Willis, you crazy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and explain so that you can understand where the logic is coming from. One person said to me, you mean on a different dimension? Their dimension? I said, well, not a different dimension as in another world, but a different dimension as in spirit and flesh are two different things. And one used to be able to come and inhabit flesh, whereas they cannot produce themselves in flesh anymore. They're prohibited since the flood. So they can make apparitions or make people see what technically isn't there. Interesting, ain't it? Sorry, had to sneeze. So they can make people see what appears to be an apparition. Now, if you don't believe me, okay, hold on. We're going to do something right now. I want to show you the reality of what I just said, because a lot of you ain't going to get it. I need YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, TheOricle. At least I think that's how you spell it. No, AL. Okay, Oracle in the Matrix. That's what I'm looking for. I just didn't feel like, and let's get rid of that. And I need the part where she's speaking to Neil. I think this is it. Hold on. I need her in the. So I'm going to turn down my boy Duke Ellington.
Hey.
Let's get
Someone getting rid of this
stupid
like
video.
When all you can pizza is think about.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm supposed to have something to take care of these videos. And so I apologize, because that's supposed to be on here. But this is the conversation we're looking for. Let's see, where my volume at? Now, y'all need to go back and listen to this conversation, because this conversation is perfect. Well, come on, sit down. Let me have a look at you.
My goodness, look at you. You turned out all right, didn't you? How do you feel? not sleeping.
Sorry.
Why don't you come and have a sip this time?
Maybe I'll stand.
I'll suit yourself.
I wanted to sit down.
I felt like sitting.
I know.
So, let's get the obvious stuff out of the way.
You're not human.
You're not human, are you?
Now, it's tough to get any more obvious than that.
If I had to guess.
Hold on. This is the part of the conversation I want you to pay attention, because she's going to actually explain the reality of our reality. And some of you got it, but many of you didn't pay attention to what she was saying. What you guys don't get is they're telling you a whole lot in this one movie. Some of you got that, but again, there are 5 conversations you need to pay attention to. Neil and Morpheus, Neil and the Medician, and Neil and the Oracle, Neil and the Architect, and Neil and Mr. Smith. Those are the 5 conversations you need to pay attention to, because everything else is fluff. Everything else is for the sleepers, the mindless ones, the ones who are part of the Matrix. They wanted the excitement. Oh, did you see that kick? Oh, he flew through the air. Oh, did you see him bend and twist as they shot him? As if that was the movie. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the premise for the movie. The conversation with Neil and those 5 individuals. Pay attention.
I'd say you were programmed from the machine world. So is he.
So far, so good.
But if that's true, that could mean you were part of this system. Another kind of control.
Keep going.
I suppose the most obvious question is, how can I trust you?
Bingo. It is a pickle, no doubt about it. Bad news is there's no way if you can really know whether I'm here to help you or not. So it's really up to you. Just have to make up your own damn mind to either accept what I'm going to tell you or reject it.
Now, she said you have to make up your own mind to accept what she's going to tell him, but she's not just going to tell it to him. She's going to explain it. She's not just going to explain it. She's going to use real life situations to help him see. So let's continue.
Candy?
I love candy.
You already know if I'm going to take it.
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I did.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've all...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about making choices. Many of you think that you have a choice to make. You don't realize that it's not your choice. They've already anticipated what you're going to do. The choice has already been made. It doesn't matter if you think you chose to listen to this video. Do you not know that you're listening to this video because of their algorithm? They know exactly which personalities are going to listen to this man. Don't believe me? Okay. Let me explain something so all of you get it. To show you how fly-by-night people are. Everybody that I was speaking to prior to the last vacation, I told all of them it was going to happen. I told all of them exactly what was going to happen. Do you know not one single one of those individuals whom I was speaking to on a regular basis has communicated with me? Not one single person. They're all people. They were not my people. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Each one of those were only communicating with me because they wanted something. They wanted access. There was actually one person who actually came to work with Satcom so that she could be able to tell her friends and her neighbors and everybody that she worked with EON. So that she could like have another notch in her belt, like to make her somebody. And she didn't think I saw through all of that. So let Miss Oracle, the late, great actress, let her tell you guys.
Already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
I thought you'd know that by now.
figured that out by now.
Why are you here?
Because I like candy.
I love candy.
But why help us?
We're all here to do what we're all here to do.
There was no finer statement made than that statement right there. Most people have never read Romans, the 9th chapter. Most people have never read Isaiah, the 45th chapter, where it talks about the potter. Both chapters talk about the potter and how he creates one vessel for one purpose and another vessel for another purpose. Everybody's here to serve a purpose. This is what she's talking about. Pay attention.
I'm interested in one thing, Neo, the future. And believe me, I know the only way to get there is together.
Are there other programs like you?
Oh, well, not like me, but... Look, see those birds? At some point, a program was written to govern them. A program was written to watch over the trees, and the wind, sunrise and sunset. Their program's running off.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's talking about perpetual motion. Certain things were put in motion. Just that simple. The universe was put in motion. It's not intelligent. The universe does not have a will. The universe does not have it was the will of the universe. Okay? It was just put in motion. The sun is a perpetual motion machine. The earth is a perpetual motion machine. Each one of the creatures that are created are, pay attention, programs. How do we know they're programs? Because they have DNA. They're programs. Okay? That's what DNA is. It's a programmable code. That's why they could, what do you call that? Dang it. When they mapped out the genome, they understood what the sequencing of the genome was. Okay? So it's a program. This is what she's talking about. Again, she's talking about our reality. She's not talking about a stupid show known as The Matrix. Let's go ahead, Miss Oracle.
The ones doing their job, doing what they were meant to do, are invisible. You never even know they were here. But the other ones, well, you hear about them all the time.
I've never heard of them.
Of course you have. Every time you've heard someone say they saw a ghost or an angel. Every story you've ever heard about vampires, werewolves, or aliens is the system assimilating some program that's doing something they're not supposed to be doing.
Now, hold on. She just told you guys, whenever you see somebody claim that they've seen a ghost, when they've seen an angel, when they've seen this or that, it said it's the system. Why? Because there are certain things. The ones who are called demons, they weren't supposed to be showing themselves. That they weren't given permission to do that. They did that on their own. So now there has to be an accounting for that. There has to be a correction of that. But when you let a cat out of a bag, it's hard to get him back in that bag. Okay? So now that the cat's out of the bag, they're trying to control things. They're trying to change the narrative. Why? Because the individuals who run things are being controlled by those things that are not supposed to be showing themselves. So what did they... Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you believe in a UFO, and remember, nobody's ever captured a UFO. Nobody's ever... No, don't talk about Roswell. That's all... Oh, God, that's all rumors, conjecture, and individuals claiming this and claiming that. It's no proof. Shut up. I don't care about what warehouses they have. I don't care about where they moved it and how many thousands of miles into the earth or where they sent it into outer space or anything. I don't care because none of that is proof. That's just somebody saying something. There has been no wreckage collected where it's been analyzed and said, hey, that's not of this earth. Oh, look at that. That technology, we don't have nothing like that. Movies talk about stuff like that, but not in any reality has there ever been somebody who has gotten a UFO, they've examined it and realized it's a UFO, it is not from this earth. It has never happened and it never will. Why? Because these creatures want you to believe that there are other creatures in space and on other planets, because as long as you can believe that there are other people on other planets, then that means there is no God, that he did not create man on earth, because that means that it's not just man on earth, that there are man other places. But remember, he was called Adam because he was created from the ground. And in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And then it says, let us form man. So he blew into man's nostrils the breath of life. So man was only intended for the earth, not for any other planet, according to the scriptures. So if they can believe that these creatures exist on these other planes and these other planets and these other universes, then that means that God lied, and that means that he doesn't exist. That's why you hear about UFOs. That's why, again, it's only people seeing things. Nobody has ever actually physically captured anything. I don't care about the Roswell stories. I don't care about 1940. I don't care about New Mexico. There is no proof. I don't care if you had this lieutenant or that lieutenant confess this or say this. I don't care if they have a report saying this or saying that. There is no proof. Not even faith. I'm sorry, there's not enough faith in this universe to believe the junk that they're saying. Yes, 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 people are seeing something. Yes, 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 I told you. I was in Arizona. I looked up in the sky and there was this metal object way up in the sky, but it was stationary. It wasn't moving to the right, to the left, up or down. It was like it was a helicopter just hovering in one spot, but it was too high up to be a helicopter. It was too high up to be a regular plane. And I pointed it out to the people. That was my first time being incarcerated. I pointed it out to the people on the yard. I said, do you see that? And they said, what? I said, take a look. Just keep looking up there. It's metallic and it's shiny. And they said, yeah, what's that? I said, I don't know, but it's been in that one spot this whole time we've been talking. And they're pointing at it, and the next thing you know, it flew and it was gone. Literally. From 0 to 180, and it was gone. Okay, so I can't identify what that was. But guess what? Neither can anyone else. Was it from outer space? No, because it was in the Earth's atmosphere. How could it be from outer space if it's in the Earth's atmosphere? Did you see it come from outer space? No, you saw it in the atmosphere of the Earth. You didn't see how it got here, because if you saw it got here, you'd be the richest person on the planet. And the deadest person too. So no. From outer space, you'd have to actually see it come from outer space into our space for it to be a unidentified flying object. That's why they call them aerial phenomenons. Okay? Just thought I'd explain it. Let's, Oracle, tell them the rest.
Programs hacking programs. Why?
There are reasons, but usually a program chooses exile when it faces deletion.
Why?
Well, see, the demons have been exiled because they're about to be deleted. Sorry, I did not write this show. Okay, this was not my show. I was not an author. I was not an editor. I was not even a cast member. Okay, as a matter of fact, when the show came out, I didn't even watch it. It took me almost 3 years. Wait, it came out in 99? I didn't watch this show until 2001. Or was it 2002? 2002 was when I finally watched it. That's just to let you know how long it took me to watch The Matrix. But when I saw it, I didn't need nobody else telling me anything about The Matrix. I didn't need to watch any YouTube videos or anything. I understood exactly what the show was about. Hold on.
Would a program be deleted?
Maybe it breaks down. Maybe a better program is created to replace it. Happens all the time. And when it does, a program can either choose to hide here or return to the source.
Ladies and gentlemen, they can't return to the source. And they're not hiding here. Okay? They're in confinement here. Okay? They're in jail. They're going to be locked up in prison in a moment. But right now, they're in jail. Okay. That's what I wanted to show y'all. Because I've been waiting to show somebody that part of the Matrix for a long time. And the reason why I've been waiting to show somebody that part of the Matrix for a long time is because a lot of people didn't pay attention to that section. I know some, I did. We're not talking to you. I'm talking about the people who didn't pay attention. I'm talking to the people who go back and listen to the conversation. I just told you about Neil's conversation with the Oracle, Neil's conversation with Morpheus, Neil's conversation with the Meditation, Neil's conversation with the architect, and Neil's conversation. There's one more. Oracle, Meditation, architect, Morpheus, and there is one more. What's that other conversation? Oh, and with Mr. Smith. Now, I'm not talking about the conversations where him and Mr. Smith are talking at the beginning of the show. No, I'm talking about before they're about to have a battle. I'm talking about when Mr. Smith says, "Thank you for setting me free." I'm talking about those conversations. Okay? I'm talking about when Mr. Smith talks about being resurrected. I'm talking about those conversations. That's what you need to pay attention to. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, from time to time, we will have these conversations. It's not a conversation if we can't talk back. That's right. Some people are saying, "Oh, usually the comment section is not up, so hey, it's amazing." Very soon, I'm going to take the comment section down. I'm leaving it up for now, but very soon I'm going to have to go through and get rid of the comment section. Not because anything is wrong, but because I don't have the time to maintain it. I don't have the time to be watching over it to make sure some of you are not posting certain information or trying to advertise for somebody or trying to advertise for yourself and then eventually leading people astray and taking them for their money. I already have over $10,000 being taken from people with stuff like that. So we can't have that. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, y'all. I turned off my Duke Ellington and all of them. And so I need to bring them back. Yaggity yak. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk back. Okay? I need to bring them back because they're my peoples. So what we're going to do is I'm going to skip past Dookie. Oh, that's a natty what? No. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of outstanding on the way out here. Because y'all know how everything is. It's just outstanding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for taking the time. I want to thank you for taking the interest. But I want all of you to understand, we got on this roller coaster together. So many of you have been trying to run ahead of it. You've invested some funds. If only you knew what we're trying to do. Okay, but we have to do it right. We cannot rush it. And some of you guys want us to rush it. It's been 3 years. It's been 5 years. Please stop that. These are securities. Nobody's taking anything from you. We are increasing the value of your instrument. It was increased the moment you received a 98 series number. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was me. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Dang it. I need to go someplace else with a different song, so y'all have to excuse me because that's my fault. Let's do Justin Bieber. He's going to do ETA. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to turn you down a little bit, Justin, because your highs are a little too low, too high. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to take care of. We have a lot to do. It is not just about 98 series numbers. It is not just about documenting a security interest in your estate. It is gaining control of the securities held in a minor account. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one other statement I have to put in the new contracts because some people, because of what the new contracts are going to do, some people are going to want to have both. I'm not advocating that you get both. I'm saying you don't need it. But because these packs will have certain things added to them that the original packs don't have, they won't be better. Trust me, they won't be better. The value will be a lot less, but they will have other aspects, other wording to go ahead and solidify certain things. I will update you guys. I haven't finished yet. I'm still working on it. I was working on it most of this morning. I'll be working on it most of tomorrow morning. Okay, and that's the Omega. That's the master of all of them. Then the Prime will be close, but it won't be the same potato. Okay? And what we're doing is we're going to insure with a surety company each of our instruments. We know what we're doing. We're going to get it done. So the moment you acquire your instrument, it will have value. But here is the point. I need you to understand this because many of you won't get this. If you damage it, if you lose it, then you will have to pay a price to get it reissued. And that's to the insurance company, not to us. We don't get a dime of that because it's an insured item. And you, when you acquire the Omega pack, you will be agreeing to that. So it means put it in a safe place, take care of it. Even if you got to go and get yourself a box at a bank and put it there and use the bank's insurance, okay? That way you're doubly covered, so no money's out of your pocket. You do that. But that's what we're doing. So it'll automatically have value, and we think the initial value will be $50,000 worth of insurance, but we haven't worked on that yet. But when you purchase it, no, it won't be nowhere near no $50,000. It won't even be anywhere near $1,500. We don't know what the full price is. Remember, we only charge you what it cost us. We're not making profits on this stuff, people. If you don't believe me, talk to anybody who's worked for SATCOM. And anybody who knows me, they'll let you know I don't tap into the company's money. As a matter of fact, that's the problem right now. That's what we've continued to have because I refuse to have access to the money. I refuse to be on any of the bank accounts. Why? Because I don't want any of the people out there who are idiots saying that I've taken money from anyone, that I'm embezzling. That's not going to happen ever. So I choose not to be associated with the bank account. If you don't believe me, like I said, go ahead and talk to anybody who knows me, anybody who's been a part of the organization. They will tell you. No, I do keep track of the finances. I'm the frugal person. I make sure we don't overspend. And when I wasn't around, I'm sorry, some people were spending stuff on things and not caring what they were spending on. And sorry, woosah. That's how much anger that I have for that. I told you I'm not going to let anybody pimp you guys. I'm not going to let anybody take advantage of you. And there's so many people that I keep telling you guys, they want to charge you for having access to the PDF section of our website. Lord have mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be updating that as soon as I can, adding more documents, but I just don't have the time right now. So what I want you all to do is do your research on offset. Look, lastly, see, that's what waiting till the end of the video gets you. The other conversation I was having with the young man, he said, thank you for the clarification. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys deal with offsets every single day. You deal with the common law right of offsets every single day of your life. Let me give you several examples of offset. Okay, because this will benefit you and help you to know that you need to do your research on common law right of offset so that you can start offsetting all of your debts. That's what the contracts were put out there for you to sit up there and recontract with each one of these companies who are taking advantage of you, who are acting as custodian, accessing your account without your permission. That's why I've been doing the last couple of videos, proving that you do have a treasury account. It has nothing to do with the birth certificate. Look, it has everything to do with, pay attention, Social Security number. Remember, that's a trust. Okay? Notice when you get your Social Security number right at the age of 5 when you're going into school, because they require it. Why do they require it? Because you're part of that contract. A trust is a contract, people. That's what they're doing. Okay? So, after we explained that to you, then we told you about your common law right of offset. Now, we've been talking about offset. I've been talking about offset since the 1990s, early 1990s, when I learned about it. Okay, let me go ahead and explain this. Ladies and gentlemen, you deal with offsets every day. Okay, for instance, you owe money to the IRS and you file for a tax return. The IRS is going to say, hey, wait, you owe us money. Before we give you a refund, we're going to take out our money. We're going to set it off, and then we're going to send you your junk, okay? And we're going to send it off. Okay, so when we take our money, because you owe us, then we're going to give you whatever's remaining. Pay attention. When you go to the store to buy a loaf of bread, you give them $20 and they give you the difference. Why? Because they're offsetting the cost. When you sit up there and you have a outstanding debt, like I paid for the garbage because they pick up my trash for the rest of the year for a certain price. Okay, so I don't have to pay no taxes or anything. That was the tax. Well, what I did is I paid them $15 more. They said, do you want us to apply it to your next tax season, on your next payment? I said, yeah, go ahead and do that, because we just offset the cost for next year. Now, when I get to next year, I now have $10 credit. That's called an offset. When I have tax credits and I do a carry forward, that's an offset. What we are trying to do is receive a refund for our offset. Patience, people. I'm working on it. I just can't do everything. You deal with offsets every day. When you go to Walmart and you say, hey, I bought this piece of junk from you guys and it don't work anymore, and I lost a receipt. Here. Well, they say, well, the best we can do is give you store credit or exchange it for an exact item. Exchange it. That's what an offset is, people. Well, you don't have any more of these items. Well, you can upgrade and pay more, or you can downgrade, but we won't give you the difference. What the? That's called an offset, miss. And we don't give you the difference because your receipt, that covers the difference. So if you get your receipt, then we give you the exact price and give you your money back if you won't. Okay, those are offset. Whenever you return something to a store, you're offsetting your cost and receiving monies back in most cases. Okay, you deal with offset every single day. Every time you buy something, you're offsetting the cost of what you're buying by giving the other person the coupon or the money or the credit or the cash. Okay, you're offsetting every day. It's the common law right of offset. Everything's an offset when you're in commerce, people. Okay, what I'm trying to get you guys to see is you do it every day. You just don't do it for everything, and you need to start doing it for everything. That's why IRS Topic 453 tells you get the write-off loans that you give to your brother, sister, mother. As long as you call it a business loan and you document it someplace, you can write that off. All of you guys who have arbitration awards, doesn't matter if the court said, hey, this ain't no good. If they were beyond the 30 days, or excuse me, the 90 days, sorry. If they were beyond the 90 days and the court did it outside the district wherein the award was issued, you don't need the court's permission to write that off and to carry those credits forward. The IRS can't tell you whether or not your award is binding. If you've had your award and it's been over a year and you never tried to get it confirmed, then you have carry forwards, carry over credits. Okay, you already have it documented. The IRS can't tell you whether that's valid documentation or not. They don't have that jurisdiction. The IRS is not the law. They're just tax collectors. You have the common law right of offset. I hope y'all's paying attention, because I know y'all's don't pay attention to me. All right, this video is almost an hour long. If not, it's more than an hour long. I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and bring it to a close. We got the Septembers in the background. Okay, and we got Earth, Wind, and Fire taking us out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to take the time to explain some things. I hope that some of you get this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you guys, let's just call it an explanation of reality. And we're going to talk about in the title the different things we covered so that you guys will be able to find it in the future. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go. So you see that stop button right there? That's what I'm about to hit.